Let this serve as a warning to you all. Do not visit Fork Cemetery at night. Do not visit there alone. If you do, your loved ones won't be safe. You've probably heard of the game Pokemon Go. It's all a rage in my town. I live in a small suburban area located a short distance out from the city. Everyone has been talking about the game, so I thought I might as well give it a go. So I turn on my phone and walk outside, excited to catch my first Pokemon. To my disappointment, it was only a mere Pidgey. I was so upset. My friends had been playing much longer than I had, and had caught all sorts of rare and unusual Pokemon. I thought I would try my luck and explore much more populated areas in order to catch more exotic Pokemon. So I stood outside on a cold winter's night, and a fog had set itself across the grass. The fog was dense, reaching toward the sky. I could only see a few meters ahead of me, but I kept on, striving to find a nice populated area to catch some rare and obscure Pokemon to impress my friends with the next day. I kept along the footpath until I reached a dead end, and I couldn't walk any further. I turned the light on the back of my phone so I could see more clearly. Then I spotted it. Fork Cemetery. This was an old cemetery that had graves upon graves. They disestablished the gravesite when they had run out of plots to bury people in, which only added to the fear I had already piercing throughout my body. I could feel my heart rapidly beating in my chest, but I pressed on. I checked the app, and as I followed the stony, rugged path, a Pokemon appeared on my screen. It was a Haunter. I kept flinging Pokeballs at it, but to no avail. I was on my last ball, but I didn't believe in supporting microtransactions, so I didn't bother buying any more. I hit the Pokemon dead center in its chest, and the light on the Pokeball had faded, meaning I had caught it. It was getting cold, so I started walking home. The fog was denser than normal, and I could hear a faint noise calling in the distance. It sounded like an owl howling in the night into the dark abyss. Aaron, help me, help me. I could hear the noise crying as I came much closer. I started running, my heart started beating much faster than normal. I turned to look back from where the source of the sound was coming from, and saw a bright light that looked like the spirit of a young girl. I sprinted home without looking behind as I feared for what might be following. I went straight to bed to set the alarm for the next day. I awoke to the ringing, much louder than normal. A piercing noise which echoed and rung throughout the room. I swore it was so hard my ears would be bleeding. I reached for my phone and feel a thick, sticky, viscous, tar-like substance oozing from its edges. I look at the screen, and there's a screenshot of my sister hanging from a noose. She is swinging from side to side, like a chandelier in an old creaky house as an earthquake would hit. I look away from this sight. It's unbearable. I hear a cracking noise come from the phone. I stare at the phone, and her neck looks like it's been snapped in two places. The Haunter's face is revealed on the screen of the phone. It races past, dragging a girl's spirit from behind it that resembles the same shape of my sister. Which reminds me, I don't remember her coming home that night. I know how much haunters like playing games and tricks on people, but I never expected them to be able to travel between dimensions.